Good morning, Facebook. I'm eating a leftover Mexican cornbread muffin for breakfast. Whatever, you know. Sometimes do you just do that? Just eat a little leftover bread or something like that. I've already had 2 cups of coffee. Anyway, after reading so many of your comments when Walt and I were sitting on the porch together about your weather and how cold it was, I thought to myself, it freezes me even to think about it. I don't know how y'all survive. Y'all are strong people in the north to be able to survive that cold weather. I don't know if I could do it. I really don't. But I thought about you today and I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to make a chowder just for them. Now, you may not have what you need in your kitchen. So you can make up yours as I make up mine today. I'm going to get me a pot. And I've got a package right here of some broccoli and cauliflower mix. Just out of they're just fresh, but they're already cut in little flowerets. So I thought, well, hey, we can just fix some broccoli and cauliflower chowder, couldn't we? And all a chowder is just milk and good butter and cream and rich stuff. And then your vegetable, and it's real creamy, and you usually put some cheese in it or some little sour cream and little salt and pepper. And I know it'll be delicious. So that's what we're going to do today, and have a good hot bowl of that. And I've got some cornbread left over. Not just the one I'm eating, but some more. And I thought, well, hey. So another thing you can do, if you got my recipe book, I don't know if this is in it or not. I can't even remember right now. But I know I did this one time on Facebook. I did a cabbage chowder. Now, that was delicious, y'all. That was so good. And so I've got a little bit of cheese in there I'm going to grate up to go in it. And some milk and butter. I probably will mix just a little bit of little white lily flour, maybe some plain in a little milk for thickening, because I want it to have a little bit of a thick flavor to it, or a little consistency anyway. I'm going to cut these up more into bite sizes this morning. Bank spent the night with me last night. She's back there in the bed. She said, Big Mama, wake me up at 5 o'clock. I said, okay. So I waited to 6 because I knew she wasn't going to get up at 5 o'clock. And when I went back there at 6 o'clock to wake her up, she said, I'm going to sleep just another minute or two, Big Mama. I said, go ahead. But we went to bed really early last night, like 7:30. I told her, I said, you know what? With us going to bed this early, I'm going to be up at 2 o'clock. But I did sleep to 3:30 this morning. So that was good. I'm already ready for church. And it is, right now, it's 15 after 7. And I'm ready for church, and I'm cooking lunch. Eat cornbread for breakfast. I think I'm going to get me a little glass of milk, too. All right, here we go. I got that done up. Cauliflower and broccoli. Everybody likes that, I imagine. But if you don't have this, you can use just cauliflower or just broccoli. Or you could do asparagus, canned or fresh. You could do cabbage. You could do potatoes. There's all kinds of chowders. And I am going to saute onions separately in butter to go in this too. So let me turn it off and I'll get all my supplies together. Then I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my butter and some milk. I'm just going to slice some butter up in it. Yes, I know this is a whole stick. I do know it. I'm going to put that in there. I wish I had some whole milk today, but I don't. This is 2%. I'm going to cover my broccoli. I don't know how much it'll take. And I don't know how much y'all's will take either, because I don't know how much vegetables you can put in it, but like that. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in it. And then I'll salt it some more if I need it as I go along. I'm going to turn it on and let it cook a while. And then I'm going to start tasting it. And at the very last, I'm going to add the cheese and the thickening because I want this broccoli flavor to go all through that before I do the other. While my chowder's kind of getting hot and cooking a little bit, I'm going to cook it kind of slow. I'm going to take out this. This is a leftover pork roast that I cooked yesterday for New Year's Day. A pork roast it was about twice as big as this. But anyway, a pork roast is what we call in the South. It's actually just a Boston butt. You know, you can cook those on the grill, or you can cook them in the oven. So yesterday I didn't want barbecue, so I cooked mine in the oven, and I made gravy with the grease that came out of it. It was so good. One of my followers gave me a new knife sharpener. I'm so proud of it. It works fine. I mean, really fine. My knife is as sharp as can be this morning. All right, so you take your leftover. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put mine in a casserole dish. I'm gonna with my leftover gravy over it and kind of slow heat it just a little bit. So I'm just gonna cut this off real thin. It's kind of like little slivers like that. Can y'all see? I hope you can see. See how skinny I'm cutting them? When you buy a whole Boston butt, which you can do that, it has a good bone in it. You can just bake that in the oven with a little salt and pepper in a black skillet, and you're good to go. I mean, it'll be delicious. Or you can cook it on the grill and make barbecue out of it. Or I have a friend that puts hers in the crock pot, the whole thing. And then it cooks it real slow for several hours. And then she just takes 2 forks and just kind of does like this and separates it. I went and got me on an apron because I thought, well, you know what? By the time church starts, I'll be a mess. I will be in a mess. Let's see right here. I'm going to cut off some of that. That looks good. This tastes so good. I love pork roast. My mama could cook some mighty fine ones. I think I'll take a bite. I like to have cold pork roast sandwiches with just mayonnaise and salt and pepper on it. That's really good. One of my favorite kinds of sandwiches, as a matter of fact. Okay, I'm gonna put some of this in the pan right here. Spread it around a little. My pan might be a little bit on the big side. It'll be all right. Okay, let's cut a little off this side. I can't tell by looking if I'm cutting with the grain, against the grain, or whatever. I can't half see this morning. Anyway, while I was reading y'all's comments and y'all were talking about below 0 degrees, I just thought, oh my gosh. It's so cold, y'all. It's so cold. Oh my goodness, I feel for you, darling. I feel for you. I wouldn't have told y'all to go outside and enjoy the world. I would have told you to pull up a chair to the window and look out the window at the pretty real world. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be going outside. You'll get to death of cold out there, baby. When I think about it being cold, I was a sickly little girl. Just sick a lot. So my daddy made me wear undershirts. They were the girl kind, you know, that came down like this and had a little thing. But I was so embarrassed to wear those undershirts. Y'all remember when they used to have Girl Scouts and brownies? Well, I was a brownie. And I remember putting on my little brownie uniform and going to the brownie meeting. And somebody made fun of me. They said, Brenda wears undershirts. And I'm thinking, how cruel is that? And anyway, you know, that just goes to show you. And I remember that. And I probably was in 1st grade. that just goes to show you that what we say to people, what we say to them, and the cruel things we say to them, they remember it. I mean, I hate we do, but we do. This is my leftover gravy. If y'all ever had leftover gravy, you know how thick it gets when you put it in the refrigerator overnight. So what I'm gonna do is add just a little bit of water in mine and stir it up good before I pour it over my meat. I want it to be a little bit on the soupy side. And I've got some leftover potatoes too, and I'm gonna do something with them. I'll show you what I'm gonna do with them in just a second. Let me get this good on. Just putting a little bit in there to kind of make it a little soft. Anyway, he let me take my, Daddy would let me take my t-shirt off when springtime came and it started getting warmer because I was sick so much. But being sick as a child, it must have built up my antibodies, because when I got in high school, I was never sick, and I hardly ever am now either. So anyway, I'm gonna pour this over the top of this meat. I'm gonna put it in the oven, and we're gonna have spread it out a little bit. There we go. Let me rinse my hands off, and I'll show you what else I'm gonna do. Some of my family likes mushrooms, and some of them don't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these in there whole, and that way if they don't like them, they just pull them out. I'm gonna kind of nestle them down in the gravy a little bit so they'll just kind of steam in there. And there you go. That's my dish from yesterday. We need to use all we've got. I'm gonna put some oil over it. And I'll be ready to put it in the oven on a low heat. When we come back from church, we'll have our soup and our meat. I'll show you what we're gonna do with potatoes in just a minute. All right, I'm back on my chowder. I'm gonna put a dollop of sour cream in mine. No need to measure. We hadn't measured yet. It's just a dollop of sour cream. Stir it around a little bit so I get that hot stuff. Okay, now I'm going to put in a whole block of cream cheese. Just cut it up in there so it can melt in there with that milk. And I know some of you don't like cream cheese, but I happen to love it. I love this stuff. I love it with, I guess, any way you fix it. It'll help it to be really creamy too, especially since I didn't have whole milk or cream, either one. I didn't have either one. Okay, we're gonna let that melt in there, and I'm gonna keep tasting all along, okay? I got it turned on low. All right. Okay, I'm gonna put a shake or two of garlic powder in it. Not salt, but powder. Okay. I'll taste it a little bit and see if that's all I need. A dash or two of cayenne pepper. Not much, just enough to give you a little bit of kick to it. Got me something to stand on today. I think I'm getting shorter in my old age. Okay, I'm gonna cut me up one onion to saute in my chowder, or to saute, and I'm gonna put it in my chowder. Oh Lordy, there we go. I don't want to just put it in there raw. I want to saute it first because it's not gonna cook a long time, and just kind of marinating the flavors together is all you're doing. That onion will make it taste good, especially since I've got the garlic in it. I'm just doing the onion in just a little bit of a bacon grease. That's what I'm sauteing it in. That'll give a good little flavor too to your chowder. I know this is a long video today, and I know that you probably can't watch it all, but that's just up to you. I bet you people in the north can watch it all, because y'all are cold. You just have to find some inside activities. We're gonna put this in our stuff. I'm just doing one onion. And then I'm gonna dump it into our, I went back and tried to get Banks up. She said, "What time is it?" And I told her, I said, "You need to get up and get you a hot shower for church." I think she's going into those teenage years when they sleep half the time of their life away. She said last night, she said, "Would you rub my back, Big Mom, before I go to sleep?" I said, "I will." I didn't rub it too long, because in just a second or two, she was asleep. So I quit and got myself to sleep. All right, we're going to saute this a minute or two. Then I'm going to put it in our chowder, okay? Here's my leftover creamed potatoes from yesterday. And so what I'm going to do with them, I could make potato patties, but I don't want to since I've got gravy. I'm going to just put these in my pan and kind of squish them down the best I can, like this. This pan right here is an old pot. It was my Aunt Evelyn's. I have two of them like this. They're cast iron, but they're covered in a ceramic. I love them. Anyway, I'm putting that on there like that. I'm going to put cheese on top. Pop it in the oven just to let it get warm, and we'll be done. That onions are about done for chowder. Let me get me some cheese out. Okay, all I'm going to do is just put this on like this. And add just a tad of garlic. Put it up, let me get it back out. We have a lot of garlic today, aren't we? I don't want much, just a little bit. I'm going to kind of push some of that cheese down there in it. Like that. So that all of it won't be on top. You'll have some kind of mixed in all around. I'll put the top on it. I'm going to put it in the oven with the pork. All right, our onions are sauteed, just about it. Put it in with our chowder. And I'm going to show y'all one more thing. We put this in here. Oh, this is going to be good. When you make your chowder, you do it however you want to with whatever you've got, darling. Don't worry about it. Okay, here's the last step of my chowder. It's done. I've tasted it. The flavor's wonderful with the pepper in it and with the garlic and butter and all that stuff. So this thing holds a third of a cup, and you can see I had got a whole third of a cup. I'm going to put it in my little container here that I did my other part in. I'm going to add just a scoop of water, not much, because this is my white little plain flour, and I'm going to make a slurry to go in there. Put a little bit of thickening in there so that my milk will thicken up. Now, you can't just put your flour directly into that, because if you do, it'll knot up. You have got to do it this way. You got to make you a kind of like a little creamy sauce. And while you're putting it in there, you need to stir it continuously for a second. All right, now watch this. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Make sure that it's all kind of beat up in there. See how I got it going? And after I think it's beat up really good, which I think it is, then I'm going to add more water so that when I pour it in there, it'll be more on the watery side. And then I'm going to pour it in like this. Let's see if you can see this. And I'm going to stir it while I'm putting it in there. Like this. Just put a little bit at a time and just stir it. And that's going to make it kind of creamy thick. And if it doesn't make it as creamy thick as you want, you put you a little bit more flour in your bowl and do it the same way, and that'll make it thick. If you don't have any flour in the house and it's cold and you can't get out, you can use cornstarch if you want to do that. But this will be good for all my people up in the north. It's cold as a wedge today. All right, now look how thick it got. Let me show you something. See, when you put the flour in there, see the thickness and creaminess of it? You see that? Can you see that? All right, put it right here. And just, I'm going to keep it on low till I go to church. I'm going to get me out just a little bit and show y'all kind of how it looks. Get me a spoon. A little chowder spoon. See, it's good and thick. Let me show you what else I'm going to do to it. I've got a little bit of Parmesan cheese that's grated. I'm going to sprinkle just a fraction on there, not much, just a little bit, since I got a little bitty bowl. And that's how you're going to serve it, with a little bit of your Parmesan on top. If you don't have this kind of Parmesan, you can take the one that you shake, put it on there. It'll be just as good. It's just, this is what I've got. Y'all, this is so good, and it's gonna keep you warm today, so make it. Make it out of whatever you've got. Broccoli, potatoes, cabbage. Cut your cabbage up kind of little. Just whatever you've got in your house. I don't know why you can't make an English pea chowder. I mean, you know, be creative here. It'll be good. I think mine needs a tad more salt. I'm fixing to put it in it. Here's the last thing I'm going to show you. Hannah made this yesterday. It's a tomato pie. Actually, she made two of them, but we ate the other one. And of some of that good fresh tomatoes that I was showing y'all about. So what I'm fixing to do is cover this with foil and put it in the oven, and we're going to have that too today. So we're having all leftovers today except the chowder. And really, I made that just for y'all because I know you're cold today. We're not in the south. It's 75 degrees outside, but we are in the north, aren't we? I'm just going to scoot that in right here out of the way. And let it cook for about 30 or something minutes or something till it gets hot, and then we'll be done. If you can't go to church today, remember you can watch Bethany and Illusion. Bethany and Illusion, which is a Baptist church. Love y'all. Bye-bye. I got to tell y'all, but I put in 2 big handfuls of grated cheddar cheese in my chowder too. So don't forget that.